Claire Williams is here, who's made the decision to bring in George Russell, and you're standing in front of the car Jenson Button drove in 2000, Claire, and this is the first full-time British driver you've had since Jenson. So was that part of the motivation, and is that maybe something which will really galvanise the team, having another Brit on board?
Yeah, you know, it's really exciting for us to bring another new talent into Williams. We're a team that's somewhat renowned for doing that, and like you say, this is our first British driver within our team since Jenson joined us back in the early 2000s. And I think it's exciting for Formula One as well to have another young talent coming on board. And George really is, I think, a talent of the future. He's tipped to be a superstar of our sport in years to come. Yeah.
Why him? I mean, he's great exploits in F2. We know about that. Tell us a little bit more about what swayed you towards him.
Yeah, George is really the all-round package, and that's what you're looking for as a team boss looking at your driver lineup for the following year. You know, his, I think, racing pedigree really speaks for itself. He won the F4 championship, he won the GP3 championship, and I think it would be unusual if he wasn't to win the F2 championship this year. He's taken 6 victories and really had a great fight. And, you know, for me, that's a big part of his personality as well. He's a fighter, and as everybody knows at Williams, we're nothing if not that. We fight in this sport, and to have someone like George with his determination, his personality. He's got a fantastic personality if you meet him. He's really a joy to be around. You know, we need somebody in this team that we can build our team around moving forwards into the future. As everyone knows, it's not been a good year for Williams, and we need a galvanising force, and I know George is going to be that for us.
Yeah, because leaving it to this point, you put yourself in quite a strong position because there were other names potentially available. People will wonder if Esteban Ocon was a contender, for example. He might still be, you might tell me that, but was the nature of how long you're perhaps able to work with George a key factor? We understand it's a multi-year agreement you've signed.
Yeah, it really was. As I said, we wanted somebody that we knew would be with us for a number of years, that the team could really get behind, and also that the driver could immerse himself in our team, knowing that they were going to be with us for a number of years. So that was a big factor in our decision-making process as well. But we're only making one announcement today for one seat. We still have one seat that we're still doing a lot of work in the evaluation process for, and so I suppose watch this space for that. Who knows who it will be?
Yeah. So Sergei Sorokin, we assume he's the man in possession at the moment. We expect Lance Stroll to move on to Force India. Is there a big short list, or give us some kind of idea how many names are in the frame? And is Ocon still potentially a contender? Yeah,
it's a short list. There aren't actually that many options if you look at the field at the moment available to us. But we're very happy with the drivers that we are evaluating at the moment, and it's not going to take us a long time to reach that final decision. Of course, Esteban is in that mix. We would be crazy not to be looking at him.
Okay, and just finally to touch on how this perhaps develops the relationship with Mercedes. George is on the Mercedes program. Does this enhance your racing budget, if we can talk money or something like that? Does it help in that sense? I mean, you've invested heavily on the technical side, Claire.
Yeah, no, this doesn't enhance our racing budget. This was purely a decision based on the talent that we know that George has, and that's what we really need moving forward in this team. So no, it doesn't have an impact on that. But I suppose that is a message of our intent as well, that we're moving forward with a driver of, where George comes from. But we're really excited about it, and I just genuinely can't wait to get started. And I know everybody here, when we tell them this morning, will be behind this.
Okay. Well, this, as I said in the introduction, Claire, is a team of champions. You've had your own share of world champions. So before we leave you, I wonder what you think of the achievement Lewis Hamilton stands on the brink of, a 5th world title within his grasp. Where does that put him in the history of F1?
It's phenomenal, isn't it, that achievement? He's getting up there to Michael's record, which is extraordinary. It's fantastic to see. Just watching Lewis race it's a privilege, isn't it, in itself? And I really hope he goes on to achieve that. Winning his 4th last year was impressive, but taking 5 this year. And the thing is, he makes it look so easy. He's a great talent. Mercedes are very lucky to have him.